Ever since Edward Snowden exposed NSA surveillance of the Chinese network via Cisco routers and computers, there has been a lot of speculation in China as to whether Cisco will pose a security risk to the Chinese government. According to a Weibo post, Cisco participated in almost all of China's large network projects involving government, customs, postal service, banking, railways, civil aviation, medical, military, and other critical sectors of network construction. Cisco's ability to easily enter and launch itself in the Chinese market has sparked the interest of many Chinese internet users who wondered why the Chinese company Huawei and ZTE were having such difficult times getting into the American market. Now, if you remember, Huawei and ZTE were blocked from a number of American contracts because the U.S. government believed that they posed a security risk. However, despite some allegations by the Chinese government of Cisco's involvement in cyber attacks against China, it remains as one of the biggest telecom infrastructure players in China. So now let's take a look at what Chinese Weibo users had to say about that.
This is a great opportunity for Huawei and ZTE to strike back. We should get rid of all these foreign companies in China because they obviously work for their government. Domestic companies should begin a new round of advertisement campaigns that exploit Cisco's wrongdoing. No wonder Huawei was having such a hard time getting into the American market. America is already an expert in using telecom companies as spies. They are afraid of Huawei posing as a security risk because they are already conducting the exact same operation in China. It's very disappointing to see that Cisco has such a strong presence in China while our companies are barred from entering the American market. Chinese officials only care about kickbacks. They have no interest in protecting the government or the country. As long as they get their money, they will retire a rich man and emigrate with their whole family to the U.S. America is fighting an economic war and an espionage war at the same time, while China is only interested in economic growth. China is sacrificing everything for the economy, but they have forgotten about the nation and its people. If we don't have the technology or the knowledge, then we will always be at the mercy of others.
Of course, Cisco has denied Snowden's allegations. Now, many of you might not remember this, but back in November of last year, the state mouthpieces in China published a series of articles attacking Cisco and accused the networking giant of being complicit in U.S. attacks on its infrastructure. The first coverage of the story appeared as the cover story for the China Economic and Information Technology magazine and claimed that 90% of network warfare originates from America and that Cisco did little to prevent those attacks. And now with the PRISM program being exposed to the public, it seems more likely than ever that perhaps the allegations of the Chinese government are true. Now, this is, of course, not the first time that Cisco made it to the news for dubious behavior. Back in 2011, the company was sued by Chinese dissidents for working with the Chinese government in spying on the public. So it seems that Cisco might be playing both sides of the field.